Welcome to my desk tour 2025. I'm Eric of Dollar Films, a wedding video production company based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Which, that being said, I can easily spend a solid 10 to 12 hours here a day. So there's a lot on this desk. There's a lot to go over. We're gonna break this video up into a couple chapters based on different themes. So we can go over every single item here, which are all gonna be linked in the description below as an Amazon affiliate link. So if you check those out, that'll help me out a little bit. Thank you so much if you do so. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the desk itself, I got this standing desk from Office Furniture Warehouse, which is a company based mostly in Wisconsin. So sorry, no Amazon affiliate link for this one, but the legs are pretty straightforward. We have 4 different height adjustments we can save, or we can dial it in very specifically with the up and down arrows. The top is this really nice gray wood that has like this finish on it that prevents stains and things, so that just makes my life a whole lot easier. The desk is 5 feet long, which I can't imagine having a bigger desk in an apartment bedroom, which may be why things feel a little crammed on this desk, but it is what it is. All right, so now that we've talked about the desk itself, let's talk about what's underneath. We're talking cable management. Starting with this wire raceway, which has some open slots so we can kind of weave the cables through and keep them nice and tight and tucked up there. That definitely did the most when it came to cable management, but being able to mount other things like the power strip and other power bricks really helped a lot as well. But that was just everything when it came to power. When it came to everything on the desk that needs to be plugged into the PC, we just took this big cable sleeve and just treated it like a vertebrae, but more budget. The MVP under the desk is definitely the Anker USB hub. I just simply don't have enough USBs at the back of my PC to be able to do all of the things that I have up here, so, you know, Anker USB hub just makes everything possible. I've also got a garbage can that I got from IKEA, which, pro tip, if you get a garbage can that's small enough with a closed lid, you can kind of use it as a footrest. The chair is the Secretlab Titan XL. Your boy's pushing 300 pounds, and I've been sitting in this, like I said, 10 to 12 hours a day for 4 years, and it's just now starting to show some wear, so can definitely recommend it. And for other accessories, I just got this cheap under the desk open drawer where I just put all my remotes, like for these lights and the TV, soundbar, things like that. And I got another cheap little headphone stand just to kind of tuck and keep out of sight and off of the top of the desk. So with all that sort of underneath and around the desk, let's talk about what's front and center. We're talking monitors. The main monitor being the Asus ProArt 4K, the specific model you'll have to check the description for, but this thing is a beast. It's thick, it's heavy, and it's just the best, like, kind of entry level for video editing and coloring and things like that. It's not meant for gaming, but I mean, I don't want to be gaming here. I'm already here enough throughout the day. So the second monitor you may have noticed, and it's probably the most unique part of this setup, which, to preface, I have to say I love having a second vertical monitor. It's so nice, but my ADD it's just so distracting. So I decided to go with the one single monitor to just kind of keep me focused and to kind of aesthetically lay out the rest of the desk. But sometimes you need that second monitor for things. Specifically for me, when I'm having meetings with potential couples, I share my screen, so it's nice to be able to pull them down and be able to see them in this little monitor while I'm presenting whatever's on my screen, and them not seeing themselves again. It's also great when I'm recording videos like this, having OBS down here, or just when I'm chilling with Spotify, watching Twitch, things like that. It's the Atomos Shinobi, which is a camera monitor that I used to use on my main rig, and since upgrading, decided to use it for the times that I do need a second monitor here. It's a full HDMI out, and you'll need a Sony NP-F dummy battery to power it, but those are pretty cheap. So now let's zoom in on the primary work area, where all the magic happens. Starting with the desk mats, these were both made by a company I'm sure you've heard of already called Grovemade. They make incredibly high quality stuff, and I just think that that's important because this is where my hands are gonna be. This is what I'm touching all day. So the bottom mat being a black leather on top, cork on the bottom, with the top mat being a smaller one that is a light gray wool, which I think a lot of people get wrong. They assume that it's gonna be really hot during the summer months, and it's not. What it does is it gives me a little bit more friction and tactileness to the mouse, and for those keyboard nerds out there, actually adds a lot to the overall sound and feel of the keyboard, which, talking about the keyboard, is a very custom keyboard. I'm gonna have to just try to give those links in the description below. And yeah, it's expensive, but I mean, I use this almost more than my phone, so I just wanted it to be really nice, and keeping it down to like the 60-65% of a keyboard just kind of gives me more space considering all the other things that are on this desk. And the mouse of choice, of course, as any editor would pick, the MX Master 3 S, specifically because it gives silent clicks. Listen, the side scroll wheel on this thing is just so vital that if you removed it for me, I would feel like you'd just removed my thumb or something. Let's not forget about the wrist rests. These are incredible for how cheap they are. They're by a company called Alefox. They got this nice gel cooling material that's perforated. Very nice, especially in the summer. I've been using these for at least 4 years and they're just now starting to show some wear again, so I'm kind of due for some upgrades here. Now let's talk about sound, because when it comes to making videos, it's arguably more important than the actual video itself. Starting with the audio interface, which I went with the Mo2 M2. I like this one specifically because it gives me the 2 ins. It connects via USB-C, and it's black, so it goes with the theme, I guess. The speakers are some studio monitors by Prosunus. Listen, I'm not doing any music mixing or mastering. I just clean up lav mic audio on wedding days, but these are great for what I do. But they're also great entry-level stuff if you're looking to do more of that kind of stuff with music. I have 2 different headphones that I use for different reasons. The main headphones would be the Sennheiser HD560s. These are incredibly light, open back, so they're really comfortable to wear for extended periods of time, like during the summer, which I really only do if I have the window open because I don't want to be annoying my neighbors by playing the same song over and over and over. And they've got like a flat sound to them, so they're kind of meant more for cleaning up audio. But if I'm not doing that and I'm just chilling, these are the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 Gen 3s specifically. These are incredibly comfortable considering that I wear glasses. These connect to my Xbox, my PC, Bluetooth, so these are kind of like my chilling around the house headphones. And last but not least, my microphone of choice, the Sennheiser MKE600 shotgun mic that is mounted on a Gator Frameworks stand. Look, I don't think enough people are talking about shotgun mics when it comes to mics on a desk, because having all this space clear and keeping it out of frame, look, I don't like having the mic right up in my grill, and I kind of prefer how this one sounds, keeping a little bit brighter than giving myself all the space, but to each their own. All right, let's check out some accessories that make this space special. Starting with the Steam Deck. I'm not gonna lie, I really only use this for my meetings with potential wedding couples, but I'm starting to dabble with having my Premiere Pro presets saved on this so I can just click there instead of searching for it. I might make a video about that in the future, but yeah, that's how I use it. Then I got this tune-up mixer, which you can assign every knob to a different program. So like I've got a volume control for Premiere specifically, to Spotify, to my browser, which sounds very excessive. Like, why would you even need that? But once you use one, it's like, oh my God, I can't go back. How have I done this without this? Then I've got this Orbit key organizer, which inside holds all the things that I need near my desk, but not on my desk, like extra memory cards, guitar picks, things like that. And on top, I have as like my EDC catch-all, so like my keys, my earbuds, things like that. And it's also a wireless charger. So, and behind that, I got the Google speaker because my entire apartment is a smart home. So it's great for if the doorbell rings too, I can hear it. And next to that is where I put my yearly external hard drive. I'm still working on 2024 because I'm doing some promotional stuff, but yeah. Let's move on to the camera setup, which is pretty straightforward. It's just the Sony Handycam FDR AX700. And I'm just gonna kind of skip past this one because I've already done a long-term review on this camera, which is currently, at the time of recording, the most viewed video on this channel. But basically, I just use this for talking headshots like this and for meetings. Now let's wrap things up with the lighting and vibes of the space. Starting with the Govee light bars behind the monitor, if I have the blackout curtains closed, this kind of just adds a little bit more of soft light behind the monitor, just giving me a little bit more depth, while the light in front of the monitor comes from the BenQ light bar, which does so just so subtly, it's so nice. And this is just important for long-term eye health because you can't just be staring into a monitor in the dark. Now for the mood enhancements, we got the salt lamp on top of the right speaker, which is supposed to kind of, you know, give better energy in the space. And on the left speaker, we've got this oil diffuser, which looks awesome. And during the summer months is great because you don't have to burn a candle and get more hot for the place to smell nice. And during the winter months, kind of doubles as like a humidifier, just a little bit, because my hands be getting dry this time of year. In the back, we've got an air purifier, which I pretty much just leave running when I'm not here because it sounds like a white noise machine. It'll put me to sleep. We've got a real plant here trying to add some greenery and some life into the space, trying to improve my green thumb. We got some hand lotion in case my hands are getting a little too dry and crusty during editing. And we have an emotional support pickle because emotional support pickle. And the best candles around from Bath & Body Works, saved specifically for those late night editing sessions. Now before we head out, I know I skipped the PC, the thing that powers this whole space, but that's because I'm not a huge computer guy. It's completely custom built. Here are all the specs. I'll try to leave all the links in the description below, but I'm probably running out of characters at this point. But this is the first time in over 10 years that I've had my PC off of my desk, and that's probably my biggest tip, is to find a way to get it off of the top of the desk, because it just subtly, without you knowing, kind of just like blocks your peripherals almost. It just opens up the whole space. It just makes it so much more inviting. That's it. That's the entire desk tour. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Hopefully you found something that inspired you. Let me know in the comments below if you picked something up, or if you think that I should add something to this setup, or even take away something. If you're curious about how this desk fits into this overall office space, go ahead and check out my office tour video that I just dropped a couple weeks ago. And until next time, I'll catch you then.